Calling all werewolves, bloodsuckers, axe creeps, and horror hounds. Alright, it's 3:45 a.m. and you're watching the Mystery Channel, where our motto is better late than never. As always, the Mystery Channel is brought to you by the awesome power of Select-O. Select-O, where you choose the action. If you dare. NOTK2. Baby, 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 baby. Night of the Killers 2 is not recommended to anyone who hasn't left a will, because it will kill you.
"6:15 a.m. The killers have finished with their dirty work. Everyone's dead and it's time to go home. Nobody knows how tired they are. Coasting on dawn energy, leaning on each other, they walk back to the street. Trailing off one by one, they vanish among the avenues of beeping houses. When they get home, they dream about murder.
Mask of Death. Mask of D-E-A-T-H. Hey, Edgar Allan Poe in glorious Technicolor. What? It's not based on the story? What the hell is it? No, of course I haven't seen it!
It's 5:30 a.m. and I've just finished watching my favorite film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It always makes me feel depressed. What upsets me about horror films is the depiction of a world only a single failure or luck of attention away from becoming a screaming, nightmarishly stupid monster dimension. Spend the rest of your life having a never-ending anxiety attack as you're chased through a hotel. You fucked up and now you can't be happy anymore. As a kid, I had nightmares about being chased through a house. In the dreams, I would give up and stand still and wait to die rather than suffer the chase. This happened every time. I think it was also a way of demonstrating savvy and maturity. I'd seen those movies. I knew it was up. There was always a moment of choking panic when they got me, but worst was the sudden regret at having thrown away my only chance. I doomed myself night after night.
PJRIP. So that's Pajama Party Rest in Peace, you know. Total teenage bloody murder, visions, dreaming in the house where the action happens, thrown backwards out high windows. No one lives.
PJRIP. Pajama party. No one knows the house is full up with the awful murderers. Helpless, PJ girls keep watch. Nighttime TV.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Susan. I guess you're up too, huh? Yes, I heard a sound. A sound? Yes, it was a terrible sound. I can't believe you heard a sound. You're being ridiculous. You need to get some rest. Oh, hi, Sarah.
What's this about a sound?
The killers have cornered Luann and are chopping off her skin. Meanwhile, no one can do anything about it.
Not this again. I've heard a sound too. Did someone mention sounds?
It's clear that no one can escape the knives of the crazy maniacs. Some resign themselves to death, while others go insanity.
Carol, don't let your rigid scientific ideology get carried away. Sandra, there's no such thing as noise.
Let's hit the books and see.
The horrible killers move closer.
Let's go outside for a while.
Nobody is safe from the violent murderers crawling through vents, up sewers, in houses, and across the floors.
I moved here because it was close to town, but I don't go out much anymore. When it gets dark early, I think of my first week here, feeling like a stowaway as I walked through the avenues of old brick houses in the middle of the winter. The houses are still there, but I don't feel that way anymore. I realized you could do this anywhere.
Too late for regret. Everyone is dead now. The killers nod and chalk another name off their dirty list. Apartment 3G.
I interview one of the killers, but he has nothing to say for himself. Just gibbering and honking. Their mission complete. Lose energy and slouch around. The apartment is quiet and peaceful. It has found its optimal new tenants. PJRIP.
I think you're probably pointing at Knife Crazy. I haven't seen this film. It sounds okay. What are you yelling at me for? What? If you want to talk to me, come down here and talk, goddammit.
Nothing is private in a house like this.
Knife Crazy.
Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous music at this hour, and they never keep quiet. Talk, talk, talk. How much talking does one person need to do? Not much. The walls are thin and of old plaster. I hear clomps and mutters every minute I sleep. I wake up, there's more talk. They're doing it to taunt me. I hate this. So angry I can't sleep. I work all week. I'm entitled to my rest. I don't think I'm an unreasonable person who wants some peace and quiet for a goddamn minute. Shut up, shut up, shut up!
Night of the Killers. What would you do if the killers came for you? Stay safe, babies.
I'm gonna stop those killers, Chief, if it's the last thing I do.
Don't do it, McLeish! No! No!
No sound inside but rain on the patio. I pull out my gun with space as I begin to search the tenement. Corridor by corridor, my doubts grow. Were the killers ever even here? A bloody hood stuffed into the vacuum cleaner. They were. Memories. Monique. The academy. I was top of my class. But was it enough? Suddenly, a knife. There were murders on every news. I wanted to help. Rest of the year was working night shifts. Would I ever get close to the truth? After a while, I began to stop dreaming. I remember I stood around on top of buildings a lot. I have unlimited ammo. I think I'm doing okay. When they finally came out, it was down in crazy town. Waves upon waves of the hooded attackers crawling out of the windows and behind the shelves. I kept cool and remembered my training, mowing them down as they came. At some point, the mission begins to get less coherent, less interesting. I remember looking diligently at a series of flat, square rooms. The killers seemed only ambiguously responsive to my presence, like ants. They were expending a lot of energy in moving the washer-dryers out of the laundry room to get as much space as possible. Several murders were performed in the ex-laundry room that I saw. Also some more in the bathrooms. They seemed to prefer some rooms more than others, although there were obvious problems in trying to verify this. About this time, escape stopped feeling like a viable option. By dawn, the killers are pulling me into the central antechamber, and now they're cutting off my head. I called up my dad for the first time in years, and we talked well into the night.
Well, that's the end of our programming for tonight. 5 short films, each one dealing with a single issue: man's inhumanity to man. The murderers have entered the house. Gore-slick knives tear into teenage skin on a TV screen at 6 a.m., picking at nightmare scab visions. Well, there's no law against fooling around. It's 6:15. I hear birds. Stand up. Put your pants back on. Become Enlightenment Man. Stay sick.